Yo, what's up? This is Bibi from Extreme Metal Business and from my metal band Cryzix. Last week I was at Hellfest, a crazy fucking week, and today I wanted to make a video related on all the interviews I had with many bands in the previous days and weeks. That it's been like 50 interviews or 40 interviews with many bands from all over the world, and all of them shared the same exact problem issue with their band, and it's how they bring attention to their ecosystems, to their bands, and how they retain this attention and these listeners, and they convert it into fans. Okay, this is the major problem that many bands are struggling out there. I want to talk about this today in this podcast. And if you don't know me, this is Bibi. I play in the band Cryzix, and for 18 years we've been, let's say, building a career like in the analog way, like the way that it was supposed to be, like just playing shows, going on tour, playing festivals, blah, 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 and releasing albums and signing deals with labels. But it comes in a moment that we saw that we were not growing anymore. And that's why we started to think questions like, okay, what are the things that we need in order to grow more? Is to sign a deal with a bigger label, or is it to do things different? That's why we had to stop a little bit, think better, and try to do things better with our new single that it was released 1 month ago, and it it just turned our monthly listeners from Spotify from 20,000 to almost 100,000 monthly listeners, and basically it exploded internet, and also our social media grew, and let's say that we could achieve what it was really hard for us to achieve in labels, just doing the regular promotion and doing the regular tours. So in this video, I'm going to depict why this had so much power, and as Cryzix and as all the bands that I interviewed, what was the thing that was lacking, or what was your weak point that was not allowing that this conversion of attention retained and transformed into real fans. Okay, let's start with the two big things that you have to have in mind. Let's start with the number one, which is ecosystem. Okay, what is ecosystem? Ecosystem is when a person enters into your house, into your store, I always use this analogy that bands or brands or businesses are just like, you have a stream of, you have an avenue, a huge avenue with a stream of people, and you have a store in that avenue. And how you get a good ecosystem means you're giving reasons for people that walks by to stay, to look at your store, to stay, and to definitely just check out, and in the end they will buy you or they will talk to you. Okay, so this is something that we take too much for granted. But you have to understand that this point, it's not easy. It's not just one thing. It's a lot of little details that makes a band aligned with the content, with the image, with the artistic identity, with all the things that when you're promoting a new album cycle or a new single or whatever, will make people to have curiosity on what you have inside of your store or inside your socials in this case, you know? So it's not just about doing posts by the sake of doing posts. It's not just about doing, like just having a nice image, polite image. It's about having a message, something that really stands out and people wants to dig more in your brand, you know? And this is the ecosystem. This is what acts like a real magnet, you know, in the end. No matter if you have a lot of attention or exposure or not, this should act like a magnet that anyone that is entering to your profile is like, oh, fuck, man, this is really cool. I want to dig more. I want to check this. I want to check out. I want to go to YouTube. I want to go to here, you know. So this is something that what I see when bands are sending me their profiles like, hey, baby, check out my band. What's happening? Why I'm not growing? The first thing that I always realize is that, man, I go to your profile and I don't connect with you. I don't know who you are. You're just a poster, a live poster, or you're just a nice image, live image, but who you are behind that live image. What is your, what is your personality, or what is the thing that makes your band different, you know? So all these things should be disseminated in your ecosystem so it acts more like this magnet, you know? And it's not just about one type of content, but it's a different wide variety of content that will satisfy people in the path of discovering you and connecting more with you. So let's say that ecosystem is one of the big things that I see that everyone is fucking up, or like big time, and it's not just about also posting just big picture of big shows. Man, it's explaining something through images, words, and symbolism that explains more who you are, I cannot dig more into this topic because it's a very extent and it takes time. And I always say like the seed, the idea being before the music is what should disseminate all this ecosystem and all this artist identity and idea, So ecosystem. Now you know why when somebody is going to your profiles is not staying. Reason number one. Now reason number two, lack of strategy. And here's also another big point that also was the key of our latest single, Cryzix Fast Music, that also how it end up is that we brought a massive amount of attention. That's what you want. Once you have the ecosystem that it's like a magnet, what you want is now you're ready to receive big, large amounts of exposition, eyes on you, like a cloud. Imagine like a cloud, that you put it around your ecosystem. And now we want to bring eyes on you. And the best lever to use this is Spotify. That's why if bands are just putting a little bit money in Google Ads for YouTube, a little bit money on Instagram post, and a little bit money on meta ads, and a little bit money of this and that, and they try many things, you're not focusing, you're not laser focused on what should you make you grow, and you cannot grow everything at once. So start with one platform. And for me, in my point of view, Spotify is the best one because it's the one that bring eyes on you. And if you do it correctly, the strategy, you will detonate algorithmic playlists. So your old catalog, your new single, and your old catalog will be exposed again and again to new audiences. In my point of view, what happened is that this new single from Cryzix, it was like a first direction, it was like a first shot, but after this first shot that was very powerful, a lot of people started digging in other songs from the back catalog. This is what you want to achieve. And I really believe that Spotify is the best platform to use it like this. That's why the number one investment for our latest single, it was Spotify, not YouTube, not Deezer, not Apple Music. Okay, so focus on the one that you like. But in my point of view, Spotify is the best one. And here, what I have to tell you is that I have the artist survival kit where I explain exactly how we did this step-by-step strategy, because I cannot stand for 1 hour this video. But if you click the link in the description of this video, you will find the step-by-step exactly how I use for Cryzix to receive this amount of numbers using Meta Ads Pixel, which will track who is coming to your Spotify and will optimize and get trained to shoot better who is the fan that is responding positively to your Spotify. And you have this here in the link clicking in the link of the description of this video, and it's for free. And I tell you that this strategy costs money and it's for free, and you can have it right now and learn it. And why you want this, okay? I'm gonna tell you why you want this, because when you do this, you are impacting positively to your Spotify algorithm. And when you're day by day giving positive feedback, positive fans to your band ecosystem, to your Spotify ecosystem, what it's gonna give is signals to your algorithm that, okay, I should boost more this band, I should boost more this new single, I should boost the back catalog. This is what you want to achieve, and that's why you need a strategy to do it properly, because it's not just about uploading the music on Spotify and that's all. And that's why this is the best way to tap into this algorithmic playlist, is the best way to grow, because it's the more controlled way that you can grow, and it's like a snowball effect. That if you do it single after single after single, it's crazy. If you have the luck that you go also into editorial playlist, okay, cool, good for you, it's good. It's just an extra attention that you have, but you have to know that this big editorial playlist, a lot of listeners are very passive listeners, so you will have a lot of streams, but in the end you will not get really that many fans, But it's okay that you pitch into that, but don't get crazy into going to playlists and stuff, to buy playlists or buy streams. Don't do this, please. This is killing your algorithm. Because in the end, you want the best quality streams as possible, okay? And that's why it's so important, going back to what I was speaking before, to bring this cloud of attention when your band is ready, when your ecosystem is ready, because then you are sending a right amount of attention, and then you convert it into fans because people want to stick in, okay? This is when we talk about the online pathways to gain this reach, but then you have of course, the offline events, which, for example, with Crysis, we were at Hellfest, we were doing signing sessions, we were doing secret shows around the festival, we were doing interviews, also we did a tour with Megadeth some weeks before. So during all this month of promotion for the new single, we carefully planned events that also were triggering this curiosity and this expectation of people with shows. This is also very important, and you don't need to be touring with Megadeth or going to Hellfest to do this. You just have to plan shows that will bring more eyes on you in the real world. And the trick here is to combine these two things, the offline events that are cool and you can do it in your hometown. You can organize a hometown show that it's a killer and amazing, in the release date of your music, for example. Just an idea. But when you combine these two both offline and online events, that's when you really trigger something in people, that they see you live, they see you in their while scrolling in their phone while they are taking a shit. All their friends are sending WhatsApps to other friends about your music, and you want to create this viral wall, snowball effect, And when you do this, and when you learn how to do this, it's not that difficult, It's just about getting into it, and then repeat the experience, another single, and then you have it. Then you have the pathway, the blueprint, the perfect blueprint to slowly go up and up and up and up and up. In growing like this with algorithmic playlists, that's my recommendation, the best way to steadily increase your monthly listeners and don't experience these massive drops of numbers, like you scale to 10,000 monthly listeners, and then all of a sudden the next week you are back to 2,000, This is the best way to create this organic growth that stays. Of course, you will experience ups and downs, but with algorithmic playlists, it's not like this, okay? This is my point of view after 1 month of release of my own music, but also what I spoke with the interviews with other bands, and I saw that this was the common problem. And I really believe that this is the skill that must be trained by any artist. Back in the day, artists, we were relying for our success, for our visibility, for our numbers to grow from labels. We were expecting that maybe signing with a bigger label deal, major label would give us much more chances, and that's not true. We proved it with Crysis. I'm proving it again and again after I work with other bands. And this is the idea that I want to plant in your mind. Stop relying on management, labels, and stuff like this. I'm not saying that they are not useful. I'm saying that they shouldn't be the only factor of your growth. Ideally, what you want is to sign a deal with any of these people when you exactly know how to grow with your band. You know exactly how your business works. And this is the main problem for artists nowadays, is that they are very good making music, but they are not very good understanding how to place their music in the market, in the music market. And it's more and more important that musicians, artists know how to do it, and then they get extra help from other partners to make it explode. But just so you know, labels, managers don't want to work with artists that they don't know how to do this shit. And the more I climbed in the music industry, the more I personally know other musicians that are in a big, let's say, status, the more I realize that each one of them, they exactly know how the business works, how the music business works, and how to get better and better to get known and their product be more desired by the market. And this is a skill that you have to refine, get better and better and better from my experience after 18 years. And if you need guidance, or you want me to check out your band and give you a little bit of extra tips on how to do this in your own case, you can book a free strategic session in the link in the description of this video. And we can have a quick video call where I'm gonna check where is your band, where you want to go, and what are the things that are stopping you to grow and get the attention and increase your value in your music, in the music industry. And why promoters are not paying you enough, or why you're not receiving enough offers. Okay, every problem has a solution. So if you want to check out this with me, you have the link in the description of this video. Let's book a free strategic session, and I'm gonna check it out. I love do these things. I love helping and giving clarity to other musicians, because back in the day with Cryzix, it was really, really hard to get this guidance. You only got this guidance back in the day before this internet, social media. If you paid a manager or you signed a deal with a manager, that's when he started to maybe tell some secrets, but then he would keep most of them for himself and all this bullshit. Man, no, here we talk about everything openly. I don't keep any secret. Everything that I learn, I put it in my channel at Extreme Metal Business, Plaza, and you can learn more from here in digging my YouTube, or follow me on my Instagram, which you will see my daily life, touring life, or gym life. Okay, thank you for following me. I'll see you in the next episode. Cheers.